What's good, YouTube? This your boy Freshcasso. Welcome back to Freshcasso 1 of 1 TV, where our objective is to get better every single day. Today we're gonna be doing something called a 5-minute lab session. Now, a 5-minute lab session is when we get in a lab and we break down certain aspects of barbering for 5 minutes. Now, today's topic for the 5-minute lab session is how do we get straight lines on your haircuts? So, as crazy as it may sound, a lot of barbers can't put a straight line on their haircuts because a straight line doesn't go on a round object. You know what I'm saying? You can try as many times as you want to. You can't put a straight line on a round object. So that brings up the question, is your line straight or is it optical illusion? You know what I'm saying? And if it's an optical illusion, how do we achieve this optical illusion? So today we're gonna break it down, you know what I'm saying? And I really feel like we're gonna really tackle this thing. All right, so we're gonna jump right into this thing, man. 5 minutes. Well, the answer to the question is, it is an optical illusion because your hairline is actually an arc. And it's either an inverted arc or an arc that's right side up. So now that we know that our edge up is not a straight line and in fact it's an arc, let's look at how arcs are made. Alright, so basically arcs are made of 3 different types of bricks. You have keystones, voussoirs, and springers. The keystone is the stone that's located above the center point and it's the dead center of your arc. Okay, and the voussoirs are the stones that's located between the keystone and the springers. These bricks are precisely cut so that they can fit snug together and they form the curves of the arc. Then you have what's known as your springer, and your springer is your vertical support of your arc. So now you're probably sitting over there like, Fresh, what are you talking about? How does that correlate with doing an edge up? Well, your nose is your center point. Your keystone is located right above the center point and is the flattest point of the arc. Every stroke that you make to the left and the right of your keystone is a voussoir. And every voussoir has to be cut with precision in order for the arc to be formed correctly. Now let's take a moment to talk about precision. Alright, so this is the bevel T blade and it goes on the bevel trimmer. And it's currently my favorite trimmer to use because the blade is so wide. And the wider the blade, the more beneficial for what we're trying to do with it because it has a wider point in which the blade is straight. Now between these dots is the point in which the blade is straight, and the wider the blade, the better. I think bevel has probably the widest T-blade out. The only thing wider would probably be an Andes Outliner detachable blade. So now this is what I mean when I say the point in which the blade is straight. Hold up, there we go. Now, if you pay attention, you'll notice that I'm not following my guideline, which is the keystone. I'm not following it with the edges of the trimmer. I'm following it with the dead center point of the trimmer. And this is the point in which the blade is straight. So now that you got all your voussoirs laid down with precision and your edge up is balanced across the front, it's time to lay down your springers. Now your springers are your vertical lines on the side of your head. And a good reference point is your eyebrows. The points of your eyebrows are a good indicator of where you should put the vertical lines on your client's head. And if you can't get a reference point as close as the corners of the eyebrows, say your client's liners are to push back, you can use distance from the corners of the eyebrows, or if your client has a smaller forehead, the arcs of the eyebrow. But the corners of the eyebrow has always been a good indicator for me. Now, when you work in the arcs on the side of the head, you want to make sure that you work both sides of the arc because just like your forehead, you have a center point in the middle of the two where you meet. All right, so after you got your edge up already balanced and, you know what I'm saying, it's real even and smooth and crispy, you want to add enhancements if the client desires that. Now, as you can see, this edge up is already clean, you know what I'm saying? You really don't need enhancements, but it's like putting hot sauce on chicken. Now, of course, I wouldn't eat hot sauce on chicken because if you follow me, you know I'm a vegetarian. But I use those enhancements because it's like an extra pop. Now I like to use this magic pencil right here because, and that's the brand of it, Magic Pencil. I like to use it because it's like Scotch tape when you're painting. You know what I'm saying? Anything that falls outside of where it's supposed to be painted will be removed with ease because you got that layer there. So when you're using these airbrushes to apply the dye to the skin, you want to make sure that the card that you're using or whatever you're using to guide the dye, you want to make sure that it's behind the magic pencil and right under the edge of it. Now, when you're using these dyes, you want to make sure you do a patch test on your client because they may be allergic to it, but most people are not allergic to the Kiss Express, but you should just, test them to be on the safe side. Now, like I said, when you use the magic pencil, it's kind of like using Scotch tape because it's like, it's gonna make sure that anything that was outside of the line will be removed with ease. Hey man, just like that, that's my 5 minutes. I appreciate you tuning in to Freshcasso 1 TV, where our goal is to get better every single day. And hit the like button, hit the don't like button, share, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, ask a question. I love answering questions. There are no dumb questions when it comes to hair. And like I said, man, just like, share, subscribe, and peace. Brando, cook that beat up, boy, we out.